Banana.
Banana.
So now that we know each other a little bit better, I thought it'd be a good time to share about a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and has become more important to me over the past 5 years, and that is nursing. I always assumed I would nurse our children. My mom nursed I'm one of 9 children, and my mom nursed all my siblings and myself. And so growing up, I just thought it was natural and normal, and it is. And thankfully, it's becoming a lot more widely accepted. So it's not, there's not really a stigma attached to nursing. So that's fantastic. But I have nothing against people who choose to or have to bottle feed their babies. But I had always assumed, having watched my mom, that that's what I would do. I would nurse. But it did not come nearly as easily to me as I had anticipated. It took me a lot of effort to get my oldest son to latch. I think it was just, I was nervous when it wasn't turning out from the get-go, and then those nerves kind of transferred to him, and we just kind of butted heads a little bit. But then, eventually we got him to latch. It didn't feel as comfortable as I thought it would be either, or it didn't feel as natural up front. Not a super comfortable feeling at first, but that grew on me, and now he's no longer nursing, obviously, he's 5, but subsequent kids as well, we were able to nurse a lot easier, kind of after we got over those hiccups of learning what worked for us. My earliest memories of my mother nursing us, she had several nursing tops, and I can think of a few. There were ones with like buttoned openings for her to be able to reach a slat to nurse. But there are 2 tops that I remember. It's the same top, but in 2 different colors that stuck out to me the most. It had like 2 flaps, again, that covered slats for her to be able to access her nursing bra to be able to nurse. There was a red one and a floral one, and I always thought she had great taste and great style. But I also remember being a little worried because I loved my wardrobe, and as much as I would give it up for my son, it was kind of a bummer to me to have to start from scratch and find a wardrobe that worked for nursing. Not to mention living overseas, trying to find especially cost-effective nursing tops. The selection was not very wide, and they were expensive. So I was definitely a little nervous heading into nursing as to what that would look like for me. I know that there are quite a few people who use nursing covers there and have found really elegant, pretty ones, and they work well for them. That didn't work so well for me. My boys, I found with some time that they really didn't, they weren't as comfortable under a cover. And then there are also people who can feel just comfortable just whipping a breast out in public to feed. And again, no judgment for me, but that just also didn't really work for me. I prefer just a little more coverage. So trying to find the happy medium somewhere between just completely in the open and not really using a cover. That's what this tips for tops video is all about. So before I get into that, though, I want to talk a little bit about confidence while nursing. I know personally, I remember my first time trying to nurse in public with Bruce. He was about 2 years old, and so for my husband's birthday, we went to Saarbrücken. So we lived in Germany. We went to the city of Saarbrücken. My husband was there, my mom, and myself and Bruce. And so we went sightseeing, and after a little while, he was hungry. It was time to eat. So I remember trying to find like the perfect spot to nurse. I didn't feel like I had to go to like a car or a bathroom or anything like that, but I wanted to find a nice kind of secluded spot so I didn't feel like I was drawing attention to myself. So we hunted around for a while, which of course he was kind of getting worked up, being hungry while we looked. We finally found a spot I was comfortable with, which was on the edge of this eating area, and I thought, well, people are distracted, like that'll be a good spot. But then of course he was all worked up, and I found my cover, I got it on. And then I was having trouble finding his head and trying to connect him to me under the cover. And so I was getting all flustered, and I was nervous and frustrated, and he was hungry and frustrated and feeling my nerves. And my husband was nervous on my behalf and frustrated because I was frustrated and flustered and thinking, just feed this baby. And my mom was trying to calm all 3 of us down so we could get this to happen. And finally we did. I got him latched, and I felt like everybody was looking at me, but I'm pretty sure like a couple people glanced up like, oh, there's a baby crying over there, and then went back to what they were doing. So ultimately I got him latched and he nursed. But all that to say, it's not always easy for anyone to nurse, and it's something new, and to give yourself a little grace as you're going into that new situation. But now I want to share with you just some tips for ways that normal shirts, in addition to specialized nursing tops, can be used to nurse in public with or without a cover. And maybe you'll be able to use some of your current wardrobe, or it'll just give you some tips of things to look for when you're out shopping for new tops, in addition to regular or specialized nursing tops, just other things you can look for that tops that would be easy to nurse in. For purposes of this video, when I reach this top, I'm happily nursing the baby. I'm going to layer everything I would ordinarily wear over this striped top. The first thing I'll put on is a nursing bra. These are great. They come in several different shapes and sizes and colors. They have extra padding, so they provide extra support, and they have a clasp that helps you to easily remove the cup for easy access to nurse. So the key to my nursing wardrobe is a nursing tank top. This goes over my bra and provides additional coverage and support, but it also goes all the way down to my stomach. So when I pull up a shirt to nurse, I get coverage all across my stomach. And of course it has that clasp over the cup, and both clasps open easily for easy access to nurse. So the first top I'm going to demonstrate is one that is open along the bottom, which is really nice because it's easy to pull it all the way up over the clasps for the nursing tank and the nursing bra for easy access to nurse. The black tank top covers any skin that would be exposed, so that's fantastic. But also the baby goes right across there anyway, so with the baby's head over your nipple and their body across that tank, you get good coverage. The next top I'm going to demonstrate is one that naturally crosses across the front. That crossing opening, it makes it really easy to access your nursing tank and bra to nurse. For this top, I actually do use a cover to cover everything I'm uncovering when I open that crossbody opening, but it's still really easy to get good coverage and not have to have the cover over the entire baby. My favorite top to nurse in is, well, usually it's a tunic top, but anyone that has really wide sleeves. That sleeve serves as basically an extra cover that goes straight down to the baby's face. So even after you access to nurse, everything's contained and covered. And of course, last but not least, the top I'm wearing today. It's easy to pull up the bottom of the shirt to access my nursing bra and tank, and easily nurse the baby. So as you can see, with the proper foundation, clothed in confidence, pretty much any top can become a nursing top. Ultimately, you just have to not care what other people think and just get that baby fed.